thank you for logging on to the Voice Sports Network for this broadcast of high school sports. We encourage you to go to the games and support your area teams. We know you have a choice, and thank you for choosing us. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of the sponsors you hear throughout the game. We encourage you to visit their businesses and use their service as often as possible. Be sure to tell them thanks for their support. Now, sit back and enjoy the game, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
That is right, folks. Sit back and enjoy this game. Good evening. Steve Roberts alongside Kevin Yale here in a non-windy press box from Cecil Young Field just outside of Waterloo, Indiana. AllenCountyVoice.com, the Voice Sports Networks bring you the Leo Lions taking on the DeKalb Barons. Leo comes in at 7-1. DeKalb comes in at 4-4 respectively. And what do we got going on tonight, KJ?
Well, Steve, we've made the commute to DeKalb High School, where Jared Souter's Lions will be finishing up the regular season and hoping to close the book on an 8-1 season before postseason sectional play begins. Their opponents tonight, the Barons with a 4-4 record, and we are here on senior night. There have been a lot of festivities, and this
to say the least,
senior-loaded DeKalb Baron team, they can finish with a winning season, and that's something that this program has been pointing to and hoping to accomplish for a few years, and they've been on the short side of it. The DeKalb Barons, coached by Pete Kempf, with that record of 4-4. They have played common foes. Leo 6-1 against them. But the thing that surprised me is that in the past 3 decades, which I'm pretty sure is the entirety of Leo High School history, they have not gone to the gridiron and played the DeKalb Barons before.
That is true.
And to think that we stare across County Line Road at one another and that we've never met in football before is a little bit surprising to me. So
Agreed.
This is the, let's say, the start of another great neighborhood backyard rivalry.
Yeah, one of the shortest commutes that we make, really, to go to a road game and cover it here for the Voice. Like you said, just down the road and
just down the road. So the Barons, though, they come in tonight with a record of 4-4. Their victories this year against Angola, Columbia City, Huntington North, and Norwell sound familiar.
Right.
Losses, though, at Garrett, at New Haven, versus they did not defeat East Noble. They lost to East Noble. They lost to Belmont.
Only one of those sounds familiar. Sadly, to the Lion faithful.
The common loss to the Belmont Braves.
Right. So, who also is just about 14 miles west of us there in Kendallville, playing the East Noble Knights tonight for what could be either an outright crown for the Belmont Braves or a potential 3-way tie for the conference championship in the inaugural NE8 season between
Super Share,
the Belmont Braves, the East Noble Knights, and your own Leo Lions, if you're a Lion fan. And also, of course, Leo has to win this game. Belmont would have to lose that game. That's the only scenario that plays out that way.
Okay, so Coach Souter brings his 7-1 Lions out. They are on the field. As Steve said, we're in a press box without wind, but I just checked the app for Wayne TV, and it said the temperature was 50. We're looking beneath us at the DeKalb faithful, and we see scarves, hats, winter gloves, blankets, and an extremely gusty wind coming from the visitors' bleachers toward the home press box.
Yeah, it's kind of a northwest blowing southeast type of scenario. Not to mention, we also walked up the stairs and were exposed to the elements, and it is a chilly one outside.
It's a chilly one. Great football weather, a great night for us to be inside the press box of the DeKalb Barons. Great hosts.
Indeed.
They were kind enough to give us practically our own suite.
In the very middle of the press box. That was nice of them. Got some Little Caesars pizza, some soft drinks, and little popcorn and everything as the DeKalb Baron captains head out and meet the oncoming Leo captains for the coin toss.
Okay, let's see who wins the toss, then we can do starters accordingly, whoever gets the ball first. The Lions in the visiting white with a little bit of purple striping.
Looks like Leo did win the toss. They defer to the second half. Therefore, the Barons are going to receive the opening kickoff
Okay, I can do
from here in Waterloo.
DeKalb offensive starters. They will start Harrison Price, number 12, at quarterback. In the backfield, running back number 25, Hunter Minch. Also running back number 34, Derek Padilla. Wide receivers, number 4, Will Chrisman. Number 3, Alec Brunson. And number 1, Trevor Boyce. The DeKalb offensive lineman, number 59, Donald Hughes. Number 65, Lane Castleman. Number 79, Bryce Samuelson. Number 52, Lucas Adams. And number 68, Wyatt Robinson. So our eyes will be on quarterback Harrison Price. Number 12, Steve, he is a 6'3", 190-pound senior. So the Barons will do well if the price is right.
Exactly. And starting out on the defensive side of the ball for the Lions, we have defensive end Taylor Garton, number 14, Jaden Elwood, number 42, number 61, Chase Walters, and Austin Rinker, number 21, round out the defensive interior for the Lions. Mason Kern, number 4, Michael Lance, number 13, Joey Lambright, number 24, and Clevis Parker are the linebacking core. And in the defensive secondary, we have Jason Gauze, number 19, Stanton Haney, number 9, and playing center field is Bo Carpenter, as we see the opening kickoff handled and taken out to close to the 30-yard line. And it looks like that was Colin Goebel on the return. Looks like we got a little bit of glare from the light. We'll try and push through that, folks. With light here in the press box, it's backlit. Number 12, Harrison Price comes out. 2 backs in the backfield. And it's handoff. I think that was Minch that time, KJ.
Hunter Minch, the ball carrier. Well, Minch picked up about 2.
All right, so looking at about the 30-yard line, 2nd down and 8. Price out of the shotgun this time. They're in a 3-wide set, 2 running backs for the Barons. Price is going to read option, and he was met in the backfield that time, hit hard by number 14, Taylor Garton. Taylor had a very phenomenal game last week against Columbia City. Dare I say, lay in the wood several times against the quarterback for Columbia City that time. So brings up a 3rd and pretty long for the Barons. Looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 13 on the 24-yard line, just inside of 11 minutes, so 10:50 and counting. 3rd and long here for Harrison Price.
Going to watch Price go to the air for the first time.
Most likely. Out of the shotgun.
Yep.
Drops back. He looks for the out route. Oh, and that was just over the outstretched arm that time of Trevor Boyce, and it was nearly picked off behind him by the Leo Lion defender. So no good on 3 plays and out, KJ. And now we're going to have a punt, and it looks like it's going to be the old Gunnar Brown and Bo Carpenter show, setting up at about the 40-yard line for the Leo Lions.
Okay, we'll try and adjust our camera work to get the punt and the return. We know with the Leo kick return game that the cameraman's got to be ready.
And it's taken this time by Carpenter. He's got a bobble, and he takes it a little bit down to the outside, inside the 30-yard line, down to the 24-yard line. A big-time return that time by Bo Carpenter. So a nice job on the return, again, by Mr. Carpenter.
The Lions will begin their first offensive series in great field position.
So this is the way you want to start a drive.
Ryan Gauze and the Lions trying to capitalize on that nice, well, first of all, a great defensive stand, and then a punt return that sets them up.
This is Hensinger off the left side looking to get the edge. He does. He is inside the 20. inside the 15, that is, down to the 14-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of nearly a first down, and it's going to be second and very short from the 14. So if you're the Leo Lions with as much wind, and if you're both teams with as much wind as you got going on out there, it might be a little dangerous to pass depending on the scenario. Or if you might not see a whole lot of deep balls. We saw Price sail that third down pass on the last drive there.
Yeah, and Gauze is under center, operating out of the eye.
And it's Hensinger one more time.
Yeah, followed Lambright, I believe.
Yeah, he might have got back 4 or 5 yards there. Definitely enough to pick up the first down. So we'll see. They're on the north side of the 10-yard line at about the 11, so they can still pick up a first down here with more than 10 yards. Obviously, the Lions are looking to score here on the opening drive here from Waterloo, Indiana. Cecil Young Field, Steve Roberts and Kevin Yale calling the action on AllenCountyVoice.com. Appreciate you tuning in if you are. Here's
That's Hensinger
again.
Found a nice little crease there on the left side.
Yeah, indeed. Stopped by Zach Jones, the linebacker there, number 10 for the Barons. I keep hearing the ESPN guy to my left. It's throwing me off. I feel like I'm repeating what he's saying, so which I am. So either way.
The Lions with 2nd and 7. Sharing the press box tonight with a number of broadcasters. Okay, we've got a wide run. And that was a touchdown, Steve.
That would be Mr. Hensinger.
Yeah, Hensinger took the pitch right, then cut it inside.
Tyler Hensinger putting the Leo Lions on the board, but I just got a text from a good friend of mine, Mr. Andy Carey, former wide receiver for the Lions, saying, hey, did St. Francis stop sponsoring the scoreboard? Meaning, hey, idiot, put the scoreboard up there. So thanks for that. I'm going to get that updated as we speak with a 6-pointer and an extra point by BVG.
Yes, BVG Ben Von Gunten. His point after touchdown is true. So as Steve Roberts adjusts the scoreboard, we'll keep our broadcast right here, and we'll thank two of our local Leo sponsors, Grable Insurance and Marco's Pizza. The Lions have just jumped out on top at the 8-minute and 35-second mark of the first quarter.
And there we have it.
A 9-yard run by Tyler Hensinger of Leo.
As you can see on the University of St. Francis and Subway scoreboard, Leo takes a 7-0 lead, 8:35 left here in the first quarter. So Leo drives about 25, 26 yards on 4 or 5 plays, I guess it was, and punches it in with Hensinger after a 3-and-out from DeKalb. So we'll have Ben Von Gunten kicking it deep, and this one hung up in the air inside the 5-yard line, bobbled that time, picked back up. And number 2 is brought down by a pride of Leo Lions that time. That was Colin Goebel on the return.
They'll set up at the 10.
Barons.
Their second drive of the night. 1st and 10, Barons from their own 10. Make it the 11. Let's get it right. So DeKalb on the first drive was unable to convert and pick up a first down. They were forced to punt from deep in their own territory. The Lions returned it to the DeKalb 30 and scored rather quickly. And that's where we are. 7-0 Leo in the early going here from DeKalb.
Price out of the shotgun this time again. It's a quick handoff underneath. And a decent size of running there by Derek Padilla. Gain about 5.5, maybe 6. We'll call it 6 on the play. Out to about the 19-yard line.
Yeah, credit Padilla with a nice hard run there. Closer to maybe a 7-yard gain, but
well, the home scoreboard is going to say 2nd and 4. From the 20. It's a very short 3 yards, 4 yards anyhow. So Price goes back under center. Couple wide receivers, couple running backs. Looking for Padilla in the flats. He's going over deep, and that time it's picked off by Bo Carpenter. Number 2 for the Lions on the big interception for Leo. So once again, you saw Price rolling out to his left. He had a receiver underneath, tried to go to the guy in the flats and sailed the ball high on that one as well. So it's the second time he threw the ball over the receiver. That time the Leo Lions defense made him pay for it with the interception by Bo Carpenter. So that's going to bring Leo, again, phenomenal field position at the 35-yard line. And Gauze is going to take over out of shotgun. It's a quick handoff to Hensinger. Hensinger up the middle, out to the right, looking for a seam, and he's got the room to the outside, inside the 10-yard line. A huge run for Tyler Hensinger that time for Leo. And Leo quick to huddle up and talk about it again.
And they'll be facing first and goal after that big Hensinger breakaway.
Yeah, so a 26-yard pickup on first down from the 35 right after the Bo Carpenter interception. And if you're the Leo Lions and Jared Souter and staff, things aren't looking too bad right now, and you probably want to start most games like this. This is Bonner in motion. Trenton Bonner off the left side tries to get to the edge like he likes to do so much, and they might have been scouting for that play because that time he was met in the backfield, pretty much in the backfield by Will Crispin, number 4. They did a good job of stretching it out towards the sidelines, did Dekalb, and that's usually a play that Leo's very successful with the speedster Bonner.
Yeah, the jet sweep to Bonner, and opponents are aware of that.
Yeah.
And the Dekalb, we just say the Barons were prepared for that one.
Right. If anybody saw the East Noble game, they saw him take that 80 yards right before the end of the first half.
We saw it.
We saw that. And this time it's a quick pitch. Hensinger has it on the outside, cuts up, makes a man miss. A juke in the end zone. A nice run there by Tyler Hensinger. Able to cut it up north and south after the quick pitch on the option there from Gauze. And he took it up the seam, made the guy miss at about the 2-yard line, and was able to get by Will Crispin there. So I will update the Subway and University of St. Francis scoreboard
as we watch the PAT sail through.
Didn't really have it on the picture there, but it was good. We can assure you, folks, it was good.
At the 6:23 mark, once again, Hensinger in the end zone. Steve, how long was the run?
That was going to be 20 yards. We'll say. We'll say it was 20. I don't remember.
The scoreboard said that it was from the 13, but I don't think that was
13 carried the 2. Yeah, 20.
Scoreboard's always right.
20, right. Trying to eliminate some of the glare off of the screen. As you can see, KJ. If we can just zoom in there, I guess. I don't know. BVG with the kick deep. Again, inside the 4-yard line. And brought down by another host, a pride of Lions, that is. That was Trevor Boyce that time for the Barons. So their probably third best field position so far.
Yeah, and the third drive of the evening for the Barons. And quarterback Harrison Price, he's back out on the field. He's got Hunter Minch and he's got Derek Padilla in his backfield.
Right, and they've been running the pro set, if you will, the two backs side by side in the backfield, not out of the eye or anything. Going with the quick hitters. That time it looks like Minch, and he was brought down in the backfield by Chase Walters, leading up that charge from the Lions. Gained about 1.5 yards, 2 yards on the play, down to the 22-yard line. 5 minutes and 57 seconds and counting here in the opening quarter of action in the opening game in the series that will be the Leo Lions versus DeKalb Barons in the football sport. Price drops back that time.
Complete.
It is complete there. Number 4, Will Chrisman on the completion. And that one, even though he made the catch, he caught it just above his eyeballs. So that was going high, too. I'm not sure if the weather is affecting Price and his release, or maybe he's short-stepping a few of those, and that's why they're sailing. But that time he was able to make the completion.
And the Barons face a big 3rd and 5 here.
Yeah, so
they need a drive.
This is a pretty crucial spot for the Barons, exactly. And it looks like he's going to roll out this time, looking for a man deep underneath, and it is caught that time again by Crispin. And a nice job of getting pressure on the quarterback that time for the Lions.
But Crispin's got a first down. Yeah, the first Baron first down of the evening, right about their own 30, let's call it their 34. So once again, we said the Barons down 14-0. They'd like to get a little something going because Leo seems to... Well, they want to stop the Leo avalanche here before.
Indeed, I wouldn't say it's cruise control by any means, but they are driving and driving. So
there we go.
That time,
hand off to Padilla.
That was Padilla, and he was brought down by Wenglikowski, I believe it was. Check the old numbers yet again. Yep, JT Wenglikowski, number 55, a guy that we've been calling quite a bit of.
The bullfighter technique, Steve.
Right. So
seldom used, but often needed.
Taking my jacket and kind of putting it behind to eliminate the glare that we're shooting through with the window. Anyhow, Price, fake handoff, runs into his own back, able to recover. And that time he was brought down by number 14, Taylor Garton. So Garton getting his name called a couple times here so far. See if we can get a little bit of zoom here. I don't know if that'll help eliminate. Oh, actually it didn't. I think KJ has an idea. It looks like he's going to get the box and stand on it. It's something that's never been done before. I take that back. It was done last time at East Noble. Might be able to provide enough blocking as you can see him climb up there. Price, the fake handoff, and he is brought. Oh! And, okay, so we missed that big play down the field. Anyhow, Price with the fake handoff looked for Trevor Boyce downfield. He had his man beat. Bo Carpenter that time did get beat deep, but the ball was just underthrown, and Boyce could not come up with it. So that'll bring up 4th and 8 for the Barons. And we're going to keep on working on the glare reduction project that we're working with here. As we have the Barons back to punt, and Carpenter and looks like it's Carpenter at the 35, makes a man miss. He's got some running room. A nice job of open field tackle that time for the Barons. Looked like number 33, Stephen Lalonde, for the Barons.
The Barons managed to pick up a first down, but then punted away, and now here are the Lions up 14-0.
And that punt was brought to you by Marco's Pizza.
627-2227.
Or order online at marcos.com. Marco's Pizza doesn't sell just pizza, folks. They have wings, breadsticks, salads.
Now, Leo penalties don't have sponsors. Unfortunately, the
that's true.
Punt return sponsored by Marco's, but there was a penalty. So we're going to have to back the Lions up.
Trying the wall lean there, if you can see in the glare. That's awesome. All right, so Gauze brings it out for the Lions. Shotgun, 4 wide receivers, and it's Hensinger up the middle. Gain of about 4. That should bring up second down. And about 6. From the 29-yard line for Leo. So Hensinger's pretty much the name that's been called tonight on the offensive side for the Lions, KJ.
Bonner's had a carry on a jet sweep. The rest has been Hensinger.
Indeed.
He's been in the end zone twice already.
on as many possessions for the Lions. Again, Gunnar Brown out wide. He comes in for a bubble screen, makes the catch, looking for a couple blockers. Lassoed down there that time by the Barons, number 53. That's Derek Sloan. So a good job of preventing the first down. It brings up a 3rd and short for the Lions. So far, Leo is successful on their first couple, I believe it was, 3rd down attempts. And just under 2 minutes here in the first quarter for Leo at DeKalb. 3rd down and 1 from the 35-yard line. Leo leading 14-0, as you can see on the Subway and University of St. Francis scoreboard. It's a quick handoff that time to Hensinger.
Nothing doing that time.
That will get the DeKalb Baron crowd on its feet if it wasn't so cold.
But the Lions are forced to punt. So the Barons now have an opportunity to get a really good return and field position.
Right, so the opening kickoff and a couple of kickoffs after touchdown is the only leg action we've had so far, aside from the extra points from Mr. Ben Von Gutten, a.k.a. BVG. But he's going to get a chance to punt it away at about the 20, and he hits an end over end, and that might take, and it does take a nice Leo bounce. Down inside the 20, that's going to roll dead just at the 15-yard line. So a very lengthy punt there. That time by Mr. Ben Von Gutten. And that pins DeKalb deep inside their own territory. So just under 57 seconds, got 56 and a half on the scoreboard. I want to take a quick moment to thank the University of St. Francis. Known for quality academic options and dedicated professors, you'll discover the perfect program to fit your interest and goals. See for yourself what USF has to offer. Visit online at sf.edu. As we have Price and the DeKalb Barons looking to get some points on the board here in the opening half. It's Price on a keeper. Going nowhere, and he's a little bit slow to get up.
Well, how about Von Gunten's punt? End over end, and then continued to roll.
Yeah, that took a nice
well
bounce.
Beyond.
That was at least a, what was that? Let's see, 10, 20. That was just about a 21-yard roll. It literally hit down and rolled down to the 15. So it landed about the 36-yard line. And he had the wind at his back, too. So that time it's Minch, and he is brought down in the backfield. That's going to be another loss. So another, yet again, big 3rd down for the Barons, and that'll do it here in the end, at the end of the first quarter as we count down to 2 seconds and 1, and that'll do it. So Leo opens up a 14-0 lead. We'll be back right after this with a 3rd and 11 from the 14-yard lines for the Baron. Steve Roberts and Kevin Yale, an Allen County Voice.
Or the University of St. Francis, known for our quality academic options and dedicated professors who practice in their fields, you will discover the perfect program to fit your interests and goals. Hands-on experience with internships, clinicals, and co-ops makes a USF education a great value and investment into your future. Apply now at sf.edu. We are seeking applicants for $15 million in scholarships this year. This is your moment. Believe.
All right, we're back with 3rd down 11, starting the second quarter. at their own 14-yard line. This time it's Price. They let him go, and it's picked off by Chase Walters at the 10-yard line. A huge play that time. They were letting the defensive line come through, set up the screen, and Walters sniffed it out, and it was picked off. A huge play for the Leo defense. And KJ's got himself standing on the box, holding the jacket to try and block out some of the glare. And let's get a little bit of zoom here. Bring you hopefully a better picture. If we could turn the lights off in here, folks, we would be set. But I don't.
Oh, I don't even have a headset on.
Yeah, you need a headset to discuss. Hensinger comes out, cuts it back, touchdown. Hensinger again. So 3 for 4 on touchdowns and drives for the Lions with Hensinger, as he is putting up a very nice performance, just creeping into the second quarter of action. Second play in the second quarter, that is. And we have Ben Von Gutten on to kick the extra point for the Lions. And I'll update the scoreboard here. And that one flies through. It's good. 21-0 here in the second quarter. AllenCountyVoice.com. I'd like to take a moment to thank the YMCA of Greater Fort Wayne. With a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, and indoor pool and childcare, the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you. Visit FWYMCA.org. That's FWYMCA.org. Well, KJ, if you're the Barons, what do you got going on right now? What do you come up with?
Well, so far the Barons' strong card, if they have one so far, has been the running of Padilla. I just don't think that's enough. They're going to have to get Mr. Price engaged and take the ball downfield a little bit. They're down 3 touchdowns early in the second quarter. That is not. There's nothing about that.
Right, and I agree.
I'm happy about.
From what we've seen thus far, I think Padilla is running the ball really hard. Obviously, you need blocking up front to make that work. And a high kick by BVG this time, brought out by number 2. Excuse me, again, that was Goebel. Not a whole lot working there for Goebel, and they'll give DeKalb fairly decent field position. Actually, not that great field position at all. It's about the 23-yard line, so first down and 10 for the Barons.
So the last time the Baron offense was on the field, Chase Walters picked the ball off and took it deep.
Yeah, and it was actually a very nicely designed play with the screen that time. But Walters came up with it, and here's Price again, looking for a swing pass outside potentially. He rolls out to his right, looking deep, and makes the catch that time. That was a good route and catch by Trevor Boyce. So that should be enough for the first down, and it is. DeKalb moves the chain, so there you go.
There we go.
Let
Price
him get a little bit of space and
avoid some pressure.
Right,
rolled
indeed.
left, hooked up with his man.
See if we can zoom in a little bit here. Get the coat back up for some anti-glare action. If you could only see this, folks. I might post this on Facebook.
Please don't.
Okay, I will. I mean, I won't. I might post it.
Price under center.
Page. And that time Padilla gets a room up
nice
the middle.
Breakaway.
And wow. A fine piece of running there by Derek Padilla. He is pretty much a tank. What number is he? 34. He goes 5'7", 195.
The Padilla Express.
And it definitely was a Padilla Express. A majority of the Leo defense owes him a quarter for that ride that he just gave them down the middle of the field. That was a fine piece of running. He took the trap handoff up the middle and was able to make one guy miss, and then everybody else was just hanging on until they decided to fall down. But a first down, it's Padilla again. Here he is again, and another 11-yard run, that time for Padilla. So, if you're wanting to hang your hat on something right now, this is a definite momentum booster for the Barons and head coach Pete Kemp.
And you asked what the Barons needed to do. I said their strong suit seems to be the Padilla running game.
Yeah.
Then they opened it up.
You called it. Absolutely. So
also a nice completion that Price had on that first play.
Yeah, indeed. That was.
But the Barons are in Leo territory, making some noise.
Right. It's a fake handoff. This time Price rolls out. Oh, sailed just a little bit high again. So we talked about it a couple times. That time it was intended for Chrisman, and coverage was being provided for Leo by Michael Lance. Excuse me. So we talked about Price having to sail, or had been sailing a few of the throws, and we saw another one there, and it was just out of the outstretched reach. There would have been another first down. So second down, Price under center, Minch and Padilla in the backfield. They come out with a man in the slot. And this is Minch up the middle. So Leo's interior defense
being tested.
And on this drive, they're not passing the test so far. So Price. It's a fake handoff underneath, and he is met in the backfield that time. A huge defensive effort.
Yeah, the loss.
That was Ty Castillon.
Yeah, the unofficial word in the press box is about a 15-yard loss, and is there a flag?
Let's see what happens. And as we hear our friend on the other side of the wall from ESPN say, it was a face mask on Dekalb.
And we'll just have to see how this gets stepped off.
From the spot of the foul? Okay, that was not a face mask against DeKalb, obviously. They wouldn't have face masked themselves. No. Face mask against the Leo Lions, and it's going to be from the spot, so it's still going to be third and a long 7 from the 26-yard line. Price back in shotgun. Got Chrisman wide out to the left. He's looking that way. He's going to go deep. And goes deep to no one. That time it was looking like he was intending the ball to be caught by number 23, Jack Eshelman. But he overled the receiver by a little bit. So fourth down and 7 from the 26. If you're the Barons, you pretty much got to go for this one in 4-down territory. I just got confirmation that my wife is in the front row. She says, I see you. It's okay. So we'll have to get the Roberts cam over there. To find my family in the stands, as usual.
Well, be a good way to demonstrate the weather conditions.
And Andy Carey corrected me once again. The scoreboard said final, although that might be the final. I don't know. But as of right now, it's not. It's the second quarter. You need me to come up there? LOL. Yes, I do. That would be actually a fun thing.
Ask Andy how long it would take him to get here, because we probably could use some help tonight.
That's true. He could hold the jacket to eliminate the glare. You got 9:10 left in the first half of action. Andy lives in New Haven, so that's straight up 69. He could be here in 25 minutes. Anyways.
Meanwhile, the DeKalb offense faces third down, Steve.
It's fourth down and 31.
I'm sorry, 4th and 31.
And it's
they
a
get
quick
that
drop.
kickoff. Yeah.
Crispin chases it down. Leo's going to take it over at about the 17-yard line. So wanted to also take a quick moment to thank not only the University of St. Francis, but New Holland Tri-County, Grable Insurance, Indiana Physical Therapy, YMCA Greater Fort Wayne, TW Fable, Adams Memorial Hospital, Woodcrest Villas and Apartments, as well as your favorite line, KJ.
I would say Marco's Pizza.
Marco's Pizza.
And you said Grable Insurance.
Yeah.
University of St. Francis, YMCA.
New Holland
Covered a lot of bases there.
I covered every one of them down the list. That's all I got. Unless anybody else sponsors this that I don't know about, then that is that. So
here are the Lions.
This is Hensinger again off the right. He's got basically one man to beat except for Crispin. He's chasing him down. He's got a good angle, cutting back, looking for some blockers. Hensinger down inside the 20-yard line to the 19. A huge play that time by Tyler Hensinger, who has been basically Leo's offense thus far in the game. And another huge run for the Lions and Hensinger.
He ripped off that run, found running room through the line, and then took the visitor's sideline. Went right by his coaches, teammates.
Yeah, indeed. Will Crispin, number 4, a very fast receiver, was able to DB in that play, of course, was able to take a good angle of pursuit, make him stop, and although Hensinger had some blocking going on there, he was able to bring him down just inside the 20. So a potential crushing touchdown save that time by Will Crispin.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, second quarter, just under 9 minutes remaining. We're looking at 8:55. The Lions threatening to make it a 4-touchdown lead prior to the half.
Flag on the play, and that's going to be illegal formation, some sort of false start. Unofficially, they're going to walk off 5 yards on the Leo offense. $8:43 and counting. Opening half. 8:32 and counting. Anyways. Gauze drops back into the shotgun. Looking deep. This time he's going for Gunnar Brown. Underthrown. Juggled and bobbled, and that time it was picked off. A huge play.
It'll come back to the 20.
Number 23. That's Ashelman, I believe. So Gunnar Brown I don't know if it got caught up in the wind there. He is throwing definitely into the wind. He put a lot of air underneath it.
And it looked like 2 defenders were close to Gunnar.
Yeah, Gunnar had his hand on the ball, bobbled it with the one hand, and it wound up in the hand of Jack Ashelman. So a huge play. Yeah, you talk about the save of the touchdown that Hensinger was destined for on that other long run there by Will Crispin. And now you have a huge defensive effort in the end zone to give him a touchback with the interception by Jack Ashelman. And now you think that 8:22 on the first half left over, it's a pretty decent amount of time if you're the Barons, especially with the drive they just had on the last trip down with the running from Padilla. And this one is a fake. And they go with a jet sweep to the right. That time it was Trevor Boyce. Leo did a really good job of stretching that play to the left sideline.
Yeah,
Lost about 3.
I was going to say, he didn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage. So after the big INT, DeKalb backs up a little bit on their first attempt.
Here on the 17-yard line. Price under center, drops back. 2 running back set. They like the read option out of this play. Looks like they're going to swing it. Price gets flushed out, throws underneath.
Complete.
And that was caught. Hard to tell who it is from here.
Nice pickup of about 7. So it's going to give them third and pretty manageable spot, 3rd and 5-ish.
Right. Far better than the 4th and 31 they just had. So home scoreboard says 3rd and 4 from the 27. It also says there's 7 minutes and 11 seconds. 7-11.
In quarter number 2. Oh, the Barons are really faced with a big 3rd down situation.
This is about their 2nd or 3rd big 3rd down of the game. Up the middle to, I think that was Minch that time.
Yeah, he's going to be well short.
That was Minch, and the Lions do a really good job of shutting down the middle. It's one of the things they had a difficult time, easy for me to say, doing on the last drive when Padilla just ran all over him. So 4th down and 3 yards to go from the 27. It's going to be Price. They're not going to punt it. Going for the hard count, trying to draw Leo offsides. And there is a penalty. So not sure what happened, if someone jumped or... That is going to be offsides on DeKalb. So it looked like Price went out there for the old, the old John Elway hard count to try and get the defense to jump offsides. And I'm not sure if one of the offensive linemen came out of his stance or maybe he even flinched. Either way, it drew the laundry.
And it makes Coach Kemp change strategy.
Yeah,
I'm not going for it on 4th and 8, but I might have gone for it on 4th and 3.
Right. Alec Brunson, I believe, is the punter.
So we're going to try and get the punt and the punt return here. The Lions with their team of speedsters deep.
Brunson hits a liner, a little bit of spin on it. Gunnar Brown gets the ball about the 42-yard line, up just across midfield to the 49. Fairly short return that time on a pretty decent punt, about 34 yards. Anyhow, Leo takes over. 1st down, 10 yards to go from the 49-yard line. Here from Cecil Young, is it?
Cecil Young Field.
Field, that's right. Want to take a quick moment to let you know that Grable Insurance has a lot of stuff to do with this broadcast. And we want to thank them by letting you guys know that their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. Grable Insurance on Pony Run Express inside the Mercantile Office Park in Leo, Indiana. And
timeout, DeKalb.
DeKalb's going to call the quick timeout. We're going to take a quick timeout here as well from Waterloo, Indiana. We'll be right back with you.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can happen and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best.
Visit online at GrableInsurance.com or stop in the office on Pony Express Run inside the Mercantile Office Park, directly across from Higher Grounds Coffee House, and see Ray Gage or Arnie Myers. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of East Allen County High School athletics. Hi, this is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain.
Well, hopefully you don't have any pains that you need to take.
But if you do, Indiana Physical Therapy will take care of you.
Indeed, as we have Gauze under, out of the shotgun, not under center, and it was a handoff left side. Hensinger stopped in the backfield.
That time, a nice job by the DeKalb D. As we're looking at the field with the big all-capital letter Barons emblazoned across midfield. That is a good-looking logo.
I got to give it to you. It is. It's got the block letters, the little shadowing going on. I'm not an art major, but that's pretty good. So Leo's 2nd down and 12 yards to go.
Something that you and I appreciate is the fact that it is spelled correctly.
Exactly. Hold the second R there on Barons. As Bonner he's got Carpenter wide open. And it's a touchdown for Leo. So they fake the jet sweep to Bonner that time, and Carpenter gets behind the defense. A huge touchdown play, 49 yards.
I would call it a 49-yard touchdown pass.
49 yards of those touchdown passes. So that ball not affected by the wind as much that time. He did keep it a little bit lower, but it was enough for Carpenter to get behind the defense again and make the touchdown. A 4-touchdown lead now for the Leo Lions here with 5 minutes and 14 seconds left to go in the opening half of action here from Waterloo. As I'll update the...
Yeah, and count that point after touchdown by Ben Van Gunten. How about Ryan Gauze off the play fake, pitching it up and over the defense to a wide open receiver.
Yeah, so the adjustment that Coach Souter made on that play specifically obviously worked out real well for the Lions, as the Barons last time the Leo offense ran that play, the jet sweep to Bonner, he got 0 yards. And that's one, again, we've seen him take that many yards before. But they run the fake.
You get the defense to
play
bite.
Action. They got him to bite. well executed and obviously well called by the Leo Lions. So we'll try to get some scoring updates from games that matter to Leo and to the NE8 alike here in a little bit. But with 5 minutes and 14 seconds, we have BVG, Ben Von Gutten, kicking off from the 40-yard line. Trevor Boyce and Colin Goebel back deep for the Barons. And the kick is hung up in the air, taken at the 10, bobbled that time by Goebel, and he's got a lot of Lions coming at him, trying to make a miss. Stiff arms one, and that time the ball was stripped. Did he get it inbounds? Leo recovered it. Did he catch it inbounds? And he did. It was a nice stiff arm that time, and Goebel, after the bobble, stiff armed one Leo defender. The next one, sorry I don't have a number. I think it was Taylor Garton on that time, was able to strip the ball. The ball stayed in bounds, and so did the Leo defender as the Lions take over.
Inside the
from
20?
the 17, yeah. So 5 minutes and 3 seconds left in the opening half, and Leo threatening again here on senior night at DeKalb.
2 consecutive big plays.
And
49-yard touchdown pass and a turnover on the
ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, the kick return right after.
So it's a pitch this time to Bonner. He cuts it inside. Bonner looking for the edge. He finds the edge, gets away from one man. That's going to be a gain of about 11 yards. A very nice run that time by Bonner. He gets to the sidelines as quick as anybody you'll see in the conference and possibly the state. A very fast sophomore for Leo, and he was able to get north and south, and it was just short of the first down. I take that back. So second down and short for the Lions inside the 10. 4 minutes and 35 seconds left. And it's Bonner in the backfield again. Bonner, they run the counter to the right. Bonner gets to the outside. One man to beat, and he beat him all the way in for the touchdown. Trenton Bonner.
From 9 yards out.
From 9 yards out. 4 minutes, 19 seconds left to go. So Leo makes quick work of the turnover and adds themselves another touchdown.
About a 3-play drive after the turnover. Yeah, here the Lions about to go up possibly 35-0. We're watching the reliable Ben Von Gunten.
Ooh, I thought you were going to give him the announcer's curse right there. The old reliable never misses these 2-foot putts, shank, like the golfers' announcer's curse. So 35-0, opening half lead for the Leo Lions. And briefly wanted to let you know that TW Fable is located inside the clubhouse. Even if you're not a golfer, you can go there and eat.
And probably open year-round, even if the golfers aren't out there.
It's located inside the clubhouse at Timber Ridge Golf Course, located at 2330 East, 250 North in Bluffton. Features a fine dining experience Tuesday through Saturday. And if you're looking for a great lunch, visit the 250 Grill. I can't guarantee that everything is 250 there. It's actually just 250. There's no decimal or cash sign. So.
I think it's named after the county road. 250 Grill?
I did not make the connection. Thanks, Mr. Obvious. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Anyhow, BVG, after the successful extra point, going to put another one deep. Kickoff, that is, for the Lions. Last time they got hung up in the air and only made it down to about the 10-yard line, which for BVG is not the longest of kicks. And it's bobbled again, and he is going to be brought down by number 42 and the pride of Leo Lions. So that would be if I don't have 42. Anyhow, sorry I don't have 42 on my roster. I don't know who that is.
I think the PA announcer said Padilla on the return. Was that?
Well, not 42 for the Lions that made the tackle.
Oh, you're looking for the tackler. Is that Elwood? Because we have an updated roster that has a kind of like a handwritten correction on it. Jaden Elwood.
That's how we do it here on The Voice,
well,
folks.
We sometimes we do.
Anyhow, Padilla back in the backfield along with Hunter Minch and Harrison Price under center. 3 wide receivers, 1 in the slot, 2 on either side. And this is Padilla again looking for some room to the outside. Cuts it back in. A nice chunk of running that time again by Derek Padilla. It's out to about the 19-yard line. So 3:51 left to go here in the opening half, KJ. And they keep having some small successes. And on 2 drives ago, very much so.
Some Padilla here and some Padilla there.
Yeah.
But nothing that dents the scoreboard.
So far, unsuccessful with the scoring attempts. But like I said, they had some success a couple drives ago with some very chunky to big, huge runs with Padilla. This time it's play action. Here's Mensch up the middle. Talk about a big run. There's a pickup of about 12.
Yeah, that nice burst by Minch.
Yeah, Hunter Minch, not
first down yardage.
Not a slow running back
at the Baron
whatsoever.
36.
Hunter Minch goes 5'10", 180. You also have Padilla back there, 5'7", 195. So not the biggest in stature, but obviously quick hitting, hard hitting runners for the Barons. Just at 3 minutes and counting for the first half of action here in Waterloo. Leo Lions taking on the DeKalb Barons, and this is Price. Wenglakowski comes through, misses, but Jahan Allen cleans up where he left off.
It was 54 Allen pulling him down.
Yeah, Wenglakowski had the edge that time, and Price just stepped up, felt the pressure coming from the right side, just stepped up enough and didn't have – that was basically a coverage sack to where, every receiver is covered and that makes the quarterback run. Well, that time Jahan Allen was able to get the 6'4", 343 frame of his outstretched and brought him down for a loss of a few, which would have been a far bigger loss had Wenglakowski got a hold of him. Second down, 13 to go, 2 minutes and counting. From the 33-yard line is Price. Man in motion is Minch, and this is Padilla again. Couple little hesitations and takes it up, and he's brought down by a few of the Leo Lions. I believe that was Castillon that got to him first, and it was. So we're going to give him about 4 yards on the play. Second down and 13. Get a little zoom there, possibly. And now we got Price out of the shotgun. 3rd and 8. Pretty big play here. You want to get something up before you kick the ball off to Leo in the second half. And this time is Minch. Definitely 4 down territory, so he picked up half of what he needed. Game about 4, still going to be, maybe 3. Still going to be about 4th down and 5 to go.
And we'll keep that offensive unit on the field.
Yeah, indeed they have.
Coach Kemp's got his 4th and 4 play sent in.
Right, they have Will Chrisman coming in, who, if we didn't mention it, I don't think we did, he's 6'7". So number 4, Will Chrisman, 200 pounds. He's the one that chased down Hensinger in that long touchdown saving tackle that he made. 45 seconds to go. They're going to look for him probably on the outside against the shorter defender for Leo. That's Jason Gauze.
Coach Kemp was trying to change the play. He had his players were at the line and they had his attention, but he called timeout.
And let's hear the rest of this word from our sponsor,
Indiana Physical Therapy.
The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com. You know that Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo offers delicious pizza. But did you also know they have wings, subs, bread, and many other items that are also delicious? And did you know you could order online at marcospizza.com? And did you know they have catering to help out with that party, meeting, or any event?
I think the answer to all those questions
everybody
knew.
I found myself saying yes to every one of those.
Right. We're back after the 4th and 5 timeout call.
And the timeout resulted in a change of plan.
From
No, it did not.
Yeah,
a change of play.
It might be a quick punt. No, it's a fake. And Price is looking underneath, deep down caught at the numbers, and it is a first down catch there by Trevor Boyce. A huge play.
Price finds Boyce. They're in Lion territory.
26.7 seconds.
Stop the clock. Move the chains. The
Just
Barons
like
have
college,
a couple shots.
they do stop the clock to get the chains moving. Now the clock starts running, and we have Price out of the shotgun this time. Fake handoff to the Mensch. Skims through the Leo defensive line, except for the last man to meet him was number 28, Big Joey Lambright.
Joseph?
Yeah, in the starting lineup here that we have, it says Joey Lambright. So I'm going with it, as long as he doesn't care. I suppose I have to ask him after this. But Joe or Joey, we've always called him Joe. But Lambright made a nice play. Saw that Price was getting flushed out of the pocket there. Just got a text from one Paul Newberg. Said he just tuned in. He said, I just tuned in, 35-0. Wow. I said, yeah, so far it's been the Hensinger show, really.
And
a healthy dose, as we'd like to say.
And Paul's looking forward to next Friday night at home. Lions will entertain Logansport.
Indeed. Am I calling that game?
That's why I said Paul might be looking forward to it. Cause
oh.
I don't know. You guys have to work that out.
Okay.
I will.
I'm sure we'll get it figured out one way or the other. Either way, if you can't make it to Leo next week against Logansport
the
for the opening round of
will
sectional
be
action.
there.
Exactly.
But if you
we
are
covered.
near the Leo area, you will not want to miss it.
Yeah, and I don't want to dangle the carrot in front of the Leo faithful, but there may be a Craig Kloffenstein sighting, and he could possibly play. So 6'7" pushes off a little bit there, gets some separation. 6'7", that was Will Chrisman, of course. Got some separation, nearly had the touchdown, and couldn't come up with it in the end zone.
I'm glad Steve described that for you because the images that weren't happening.
Yeah, it was Price going deep, and they went to the tallest guy on the field. That was Chrisman. A little bit of a push off, no call. I liked the no call. It was a good no call. He was double covered. They were all fighting for it. Couldn't come up with it. So 6.7 seconds left, opening half.
We might see the same thing again. So
Price drops back, pressure by one man. He makes him miss, and he's looking deep, and that's going to be nearly picked right through the hands of Joe Lambright, or Joey, and that'll do it for the first half of action. Newberg says, I plan on it if my health is good. So hopefully you're not suffering from any health issues. But nonetheless, we'll bring you back some halftime stats, hopefully if we get them sent to us by Mr. Brian Kaler, after several words from several sponsors. AllenCountyVoice.com. Kevin Yale along with Steve Roberts bring the action again here from Waterloo, Indiana, where the Leo Lions lead the DeKalb Barons 35-0 at the half.
Well, now you know. Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo has pizza and so much more. You can get carry-out, delivery, catering, and order online, or call them at 627-2227. That's 627-2227. Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo.
It took Subway restaurants to do flatbread sandwich great, fresh roasted until its flavor reaches the towering peaks of Mount Delicious. You may have had other flatbread, but once you sink your teeth into this appetite-busting mountain of flavor, you'll know this is the real deal. Get any of your Subway favorites on our full-flavor flatbreads and let your taste buds sink into the delicious depth of goodness. Subway of Bluffton, eat fresh with 2 locations to serve you in North Main and inside Walmart.
T.W. Fable, a modern American restaurant, is located inside the clubhouse at Timber Ridge Golf Course at 2330 East, 250 North in Bluffton. You can enjoy a fine dining experience Tuesday through Thursday, 5 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 5 to 10. Kitchen closes 1/2 hour prior to lounge. If you're looking for a great spot to have lunch, visit 250 Grill to enjoy some sandwiches, wraps, salads, and appetizers. T.W. Fable Restaurant, 2330 East, 250 North at Timber Ridge Golf Course. Reservations recommended by calling 260-353-1360.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can happen and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best.
Visit online at GrableInsurance.com or stop in the office on Pony Express Run inside the Mercantile Office Park, directly across from Higher Grounds Coffee House, and see Ray Gage or Arnie Myers. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of East Allen County High School athletics. This is your moment. Explore the University of St. Francis. Known for our quality academic options and dedicated professors who practice in their fields, you will discover the perfect program to fit your interests and goals. Hands-on experience with internships, clinicals, and co-ops makes a USF education a great value and investment into your future. Apply now at sf.edu. We are seeking applicants for $15 million in scholarships this year. This is your moment. Believe. You know that Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo offers delicious pizza. But did you also know they have wings, subs, bread, and many other items that are also delicious? And did you know you could order online at marcospizza.com? And did you know they have catering to help out with that party, meeting, or any event? And did you know they have carry-out and delivery? Well, now you know. Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo has pizza and so much more. You can get carry-out, delivery, catering, and order online, or call them at 627-2227. That's 627-2227. Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo. Are you taking the first step towards a healthier you, or are you just tired of the same workout? From beginners to fitness veterans, the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you. We offer a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and so much more. Have peace of mind when you work out with childcare available. The Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is so much more. Join today. Visit fwymca.org.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Roberts, alongside Kevin Yale, and a fixed backdrop. I rigged it. I'll just put it that way. Anyhow, so hopefully we can bring you a clearer picture without the glare. We might have stolen 2 trash bags from the concession stand and rigged them in the ceiling so they drape down behind us, or we may have not. But anyway, tell us about the first half of scoring, KJ.
The Lions, 3 touchdowns on the first 3 drives. Within, Steve, the first 5 minutes of the game, the Lions are up. We're up 21-0. All 3 Tyler Hensinger runs. So Tyler Hensinger found the DeKalb end zone thrice in the first 5 minutes.
Right.
Add point after touchdown kicks by Ben Von Gunten, and the Lions up 21-0. Then in the second quarter, Ryan Gauze connected on a 50-yard pass.
49-yard pass.
I'm sorry, 49-yard pass to Bo Carpenter.
Yes.
Kick by Ben Von Gunten made it 28-0. And then right about the 4-minute mark, I believe 4:19 officially, we heard here in the press box, Trenton Bonner scored on a 9-yard run.
Right.
Kick by Ben Von Gunten. That makes 35 points for Leo DeKalb, yet to get on the board. So my scoring summary would be the Lions came out, Hensinger thrice in the first 5 minutes in the end zone, 21-0, and not cruised since then because the Barons have had several nice drives. And as we said, strong running from Padilla.
But kind of cruising nonetheless. So, anyhow, we did have a scoring update, 7-0 in favor of East Noble
over the Belmont Braves.
Presuming that the Lions are able to hold serve here at Waterloo, that'll make them lean a little harder, and they'll be checking Twitter and listening to the ESPN radio.
That's right.
If the game is still going on by then, to see who is the victor in the East Noble and Belmont game. So,
if that score holds true, we will have 3 teams at 3 teams at 7-1.
And that would be, 6-1 in the conference?
6-1 in the conference. First. Belmont, East Noble, and Leo. Yep.
Yeah. So, 2.5 minutes put on the clock before we start action here in the second half. We'll take it back to some words from our sponsors here on Allen County Voice.
T.W. Fable, a modern American restaurant, is located inside the clubhouse at Timber Ridge Golf Course at 2330 East, 250 North in Bluffton. You can enjoy a fine dining experience Tuesday through Thursday, 5 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 5 to 10. Kitchen closes 1/2 hour prior to lounge. If you are looking for a great spot to have lunch, visit 250 Grill to enjoy some sandwiches, wraps, salads, and appetizers. T.W. Fable Restaurant, 2330 East, 250 North at Timber Ridge Golf Course. Reservations recommended by calling 260-353-1360. Are you taking the first step towards a healthier you, or are you just tired of the same workout? From beginners to fitness veterans, the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you. We offer a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and so much more. Have peace of mind when you work out with childcare available. The Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is so much more. Join today. Visit fwymca.org.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can happen and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best.
Visit online at grableinsurance.com or stop in the office on Pony Express Run inside the Mercantile Office Park, directly across from Higher Grounds Coffee House, and see Ray Gage or Arnie Myers. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of East Allen County High School athletics. Hi, this is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com.
Big thanks again to Indiana Physical Therapy for being one of the sponsors of Allen County Voice and the Voice Networks.
The third quarter almost underway.
Sorry, I had you down there.
We have the Leo Lion kick return team on the field. The Lions did win the toss. They deferred to the second half. We're waiting for the DeKalb Barron kickoff team to take the field. There they are.
Trying to move the trash bags around behind us. Well, it kind of works, depending on where we're at.
We're going to get that Leo kick return for you.
Lane Castleman, number 65, going to kick it off for the Barons. Trenton Bonner is back deep for the Lions, so not sure if they're going to kick to him. Trenton Bonner, 3 successful kick returns for touchdowns of 88, 89, and 60 yards, respectively. They squib it down the middle. It's caught and bobbled that time. And number 25 for the Lions, that is Tyler Kilgus, brought down at about the 35-yard line. Check that, make that the 33. So we'll see if we see Hensinger come out for the Lions or if it looks like it's going to be Bonner, and I think it is Bonner as well as Austin Rinker. Gunnar Brown down to the right side. Top of screen is going to be Tyler Kilgus for the Lions.
And you ask about Hensinger. Number 8 is the tailback, Jack Kirsten.
Oh, this is Kirsten. Okay,
Yes.
so yeah, we saw a lot of good things from Kirsten last week at the Columbia City game. He had 51 yards on 7 or 8 carries. So a heady runner as only a sophomore. I believe, sophomore, 5'9", 160 is Kirsten. So a pickup that time about 3 yards to the 35-yard line. And Leo's going to take over this opening half. So Bonner.
That is a big second half story, Steve, how Coach Souter decides to work his substitutes in and keep his A team ready for next Friday night in sectional play.
Sure, and this is Bonner this time. To the outside, gets some running room, and he's got a pickup of about 10 yards. About down at the 46-yard line, rather, where it's a first down for the Lions. As I update, the Subway and University of St. Francis scoreboard to let the folks know at home that we're here in the third quarter. What you don't see is the clock running at 10:55 and counting.
That third quarter just underway. And we'll be watching the clock, as will Coach Souter.
Play clock down to 3.
That is Austin Rinker in motion.
Here's the...
Bonner got hit in the backfield, but he made a nice spin.
Yeah, indeed.
He did. He ended up getting some yardage out of that.
Yeah, that's one of Leo's most successful run plays that they do utilize, and most times with Hensinger because he gets the blunt of the work in the backfield there. But that time it was Bonner. They ran the counter. The jab step to the left, and the running back goes to the right. He was met in the backfield, was able to spin out of it, and actually turn a 4-yard loss into a positive gain of about a yard, where it's second and roughly 9 from the 46. So it is Bonner in the backfield. Rinker, the tight end, up to the top. Gunnar Brown on the bottom.
Bonner left.
Oh, took out his own man there on the sidelines. Looked like Castillon got ran down by the Bonner Express. Is that enough
Not
for
quite.
a first or not?
Well,
it's about
looks like
close to a 9-yard gain, 9.5-yard gain anyhow.
The chain gang started to move. Fortunately, the official had the down marker planted. 3rd and 1.
So it looks like Bonner in the backfield. Lions trying to keep the drive alive, 3rd and 1. And he is stopped for a loss, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So the nice job by the
interior
front line.
Yeah, the DeKalb, they stacked Bonner up right away.
Indeed. They got a good push off the ball, and it's going to bring up 4th down, and we'll call it 2. 45-yard line. And it doesn't look like Coach Sauter is going to punt. He wants to keep this second half clock running. So maybe they try to do a hard count and get him off sides, or not really sure.
Okay, he does have a fullback in front of Bonner. No, he doesn't.
Goes in the shotgun, Bonner to his right. And that time it's a great play out to the outside, just inside the numbers. And that time it was Gunnar Brown, and he was drilled that time there by Will Chrisman. We talked about him, the 6'7", 200-pound free safety. Gunnar Brown got hung up in the air on that one, and able to come down with the ball and enough for the 1st down.
It's a way to convert. They were facing that 4th down, and
so, yeah, after a 4th and 2, Leo picked up the 1st down, 9:27 here in the 3rd quarter.
Steve, now there's a fullback in.
There's a fullback, and that's Austin Rinker. He dives over the top of Trevor Boyce and picks up about 6 in the play. Talk about a big guy. Austin Rinker is not a small individual whatsoever. He's a hard runner, and at 6'2", 225, when he gets ahead of steam going north and south, that's somebody you want to make sure you tackle real low, because otherwise you're just going to take all of that.
Yeah, he got 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Carpenter in the slot.
Yeah, they're going to follow Rinker.
Bonner. So they're running off tackle quite a bit here with Bonner, as he has taken all but one of the snaps thus far in the drive and in the second half.
The first play of the drive, number 8.
That was
Kirsten.
Yep.
Kirsten.
Who, again, we saw some really good things out of him. Obviously, with the huge lead that Leo had, and I think it might have been even the same, 35-0, against Columbia City last week. Kirsten got some action along with Max Minnick, the sophomore quarterback. We also saw freshman A.J. Restivo. As
Gauze's pass was broken up.
Gauze was looking on the outside in the flats there for Rinker. Rinker thought he got interfered with, and the ref didn't see it that way. So 4th down and 4 yards to go. The American flag in the south end zone looks like it's pretty drab, so I'm not sure there's a whole lot of wind going on out there. Last week, Coach Sauter tried a 50.5-yard field goal with Ben Von Gutten into the wind, and I tell you what, if the wind wasn't there, he would have had an extra 4 or 5 yards on it, and it likely would have been good because it was straight down the middle. So 4th and 4, Gauze out of shotgun. Bonner picks up the block. Underneath the Gunnar Brown. He short threw it. Gunnar Brown makes a man miss, and that was Chrisman at the end of that one for the Leo Lion touchdown. A huge play on 4th and 4. He sent everything out to the outside, and that's a 41-0 lead. So Coach Jared Sauter not ready to hang it up and run the clock out yet. We still got some football to play. This is still game scenario and game situation, of course. We're still playing a game as BVG knocks one through. I tell you what, his extra points are I'll get 40 yards anytime.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the leg on it. I've said it before, and of course I'll say it again, that Ben Von Gutten listed on your program at 5'10", 147, and 140 pounds of that is his right leg. So
good one.
Thank you. But it's true. I mean, he's got leg for days. He'll likely, this is his second year as a sophomore, kicking and now punting on the varsity at the varsity level. He'll likely see time his junior and senior, and of course, you probably see him go likely D1 as far as a kicker if he wants to do that.
Yeah, what a bright outlook for him.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
And
be
his leg
at all. And his right leg.
That was a 30-yard pass.
We'll say it was 30.
From gauze to brown, unofficially, of course.
Yeah, our stat man, Brian Kaler, decided to surprise. He and his wife decided to surprise the family and take him to Disney World for a fall break.
Which is pretty irresponsible considering you are the stat person and you're relied upon by the football program.
Right. Von Gutten's kick taken by... Oh, and that time we had a little Mason Kern. It was kind of a whip. He just kind of took number 10, Zach Jones, and threw him down to the ground. And that's going to get a flag every single time. So the less than super awesome run by the DeKalb Barons on the kickoff is going to add 15 more yards. We're going to have 15 more yards added to it. So that is the personal foul, as you see the referee calling that.
Well, on the Leo kickoff team, we always mention Kern's name.
Yeah,
no, it's usually for making the tackle.
Indeed.
And doing everything properly.
Indeed.
This time...
Now, I'm not sure if Kern was the second guy, because
exactly.
99 times out of 99, it's always the second guy that gets caught, right? So, the little altercation, the one guy pushes another guy, and the other guy comes back and throws him or pushes him, whatever, and the second guy is the one who gets caught. Usually how it goes, folks. But here's Minch on the handoff, up the gut from the 47, brought down by the line of scrimmage, brought down by the 50, we'll say. He kind of stumbled there, but
the ball's touching midfield.
Nonetheless.
For the Barons.
Second down and 7 yards. 7:19 left to go here in the third quarter. Voice Enterprises, AllenCountyVoice.com. Steve Roberts along with Kevin Yale from Waterloo, Indiana. Leo Lions and DeKalb Barons. Leo up 42-0. And that's a handoff to Padilla. Padilla spins after he is hit by a couple of Lions. That was Michael Lance and Ty Castion to bring him down after a gain of 3 to the 47-yard line. 3rd down and 4. So again, Barons still trying to find the end zone, or the uprights, as it were, for a field goal, some sort of points on their opening drive of the second half. And this is Price, and he is brought down in the backfield, that time by Taylor Garton, coming up with some big plays. So that 3rd and 4, and Price looked like he was going to throw it that time, KJ. I didn't really see downfield if he had a man open or not, but he looked like he was getting ready to throw. So you go from 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 4, now to 4th and 10, and of course you don't punt right here. That's pointless. So you're gonna make every down 4-down territory most likely, or every 4th down.
The clock continues to move. We're at the 6-minute mark of the third quarter. Can the Barons convert? Oh, they did the quick kick.
There you go, the quick kick, and it does take a great bounce. Oh, and it was nearly saved out of the end zone by Will Chrisman.
That was a heads-up quick kick and an opportunity for the Barons to pin the Lions deep. Close.
And an opportunity to thank a couple of the sponsors, one being Subway, located in Leo, in the heart of Leo, just behind the high school, in fact.
In the business district.
In the business district of Leo. Subway, eat fresh, as well as Marco's Pizza. A stone's throw and a good hop on a driver. Down the road from Subway, Marco's Pizza. Dial 260-627-2227. Get yourself some Marco's Pizza. So the Lions are going to take over. Can't tell if that's Kirsten in the backfield or not.
Yeah, that was number 8, Jack Kirsten carrying.
That would be yours. I'm being harassed by the DeKalb locals here in the press box. Anyhow, now there's soda pop all over the floor, and I can assure you that it wasn't mine. Regardless, 2nd down. That was Kirsten, you said?
That was my call.
All right. It's going to be Kirsten in the backfield again. He has a quick pitch out to the left. Tries to get the edge, and he's brought down on the outside there by number 33 for the Barons. That was Stephen Lalonde. So gain of maybe a yard. About 3rd and 8. From the Lions' own 22. So we're back to the Max Minnick and Jack Kirsten show at quarterback. And that time it was bobbled.
Mishandled.
Well, I'm going to just put...
DeKalb has recovered, though. That's the main thing.
That's true. I'm going to put it where it was. It was a bad handoff off the knee, essentially, of Kirsten, but that'll happen. That's one of the reasons why Coach Souter is getting these guys in here. Again, I talked about it before. We saw some of them, Minnick at quarterback and Kirsten at tailback, both sophomores. So getting them some game experience and some timing, that's only a good thing if you're the Leo Lions.
And for the Barons, even though they're down many points, they've got good field position.
So 42, yeah. Best field position they've had to start a drive.
And an opportunity.
At the Leo 21. So 4 minutes and 11 seconds on the clock that has stopped due to the change of possession after the fumble on the play by the Leo Lions. Here's Price in the backfield. He's looking for Padilla in the wing, and he's got him. Padilla initiating the blow and brought down on the outside. It looks like that was Gunnar Brown. Take that back. That was Stanton Haney on the tackle. A nice job of sticking with him and wrapping him up. He did a good job of hitting him low that time, which is tough to do on a guy who's 5'9", but he was able to get down there and hold his ground for a gain of only 6 when Padilla had some room to run.
At the 15 of Leo.
So 2nd down and 4. 4 minutes and change. Right about 4 minutes now. Here's Price looking for the quick end zone route. And it's brought down. He threw it up in the air where only his receiver could get it. Will Chrisman, the 6'7", 200-pound sophomore, or what is he? Senior. Sorry about that. Will, for the Baron touchdown. And there wasn't a lot that anybody could do on that one. Jason Gauze comes in at 6 foot. So you're giving up 7 inches, not to mention the outstretched arms. That's a tough battle for somebody to win on a consistent basis. And that time, Price did a really good job of putting the ball right where it needed to be, and the result is a Barron touchdown. So it's going to be Alec Brunson. And that was blocked. So Brunson's extra point is unsuccessful.
Keep them at 6.
So 42-6 is the score here from Barron Field, if you will, Cecil Young Field, that is. And we'll hear a quick word from the Fort Wayne YMCA.
Are you taking the first step towards a healthier you, or are you just tired of the same workout? From beginners to fitness veterans, the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you. We offer a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and so much more. Have peace of mind when you work out with childcare available. The Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is so much more. Join today. Visit fwymca.org.
We are back in Waterloo, Indiana, as the Barons have just gotten on the board. Price connected with Chrisman for a 16-yard touchdown pass. The PAT failed. The Lions up 42-6 with 3 minutes, 52 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The DeKalb Barron drive set up due to a turnover as the Leo Lion backfield, quarterback Minnick and the tailback Kirsten misexchanged the ball. And DeKalb answered with points, their first of the night. Speaking of Kirsten, I think that was him on the return.
It was. That was number 8, Jack Kirsten. And now there's some extracurricular activities, and couple of flags were dropped. I'm not sure who it was. I think it was the refs that dropped them. Anyhow.
Some inexcusable behavior.
That'll draw penalty flags more times than not.
Pointing at Leo.
And reaching out to Paul Newberg for an update on the East Noble Belmont score. We'll try to bring that to you as soon as we get it. Unless you already know what it is, then you can plug your ears. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Leo's going to have the ball. And it looks like the personal foul is going to come against the Lions.
So we must back up.
Excuse me. So from the 25 back to the 10 is the starting field position for the Lions here. And we'll see what Minnick and the Lion offense does this time. That's Castillon at fullback. Here's Kirsten up the middle. Not a lot of room going there. Gain of about a yard on the play.
I did want to mention at halftime the temperature had dropped to 42.
Is that right?
52 at game time. So
I'm not even sure 42 is even accurate.
Oh, it's chilly.
Yeah.
It is chilly.
And it is football.
It's great. It is great. If this game, Steve, were at Leo, you would be sitting on the bleachers tonight calling the game.
On rather cold bleachers.
The cold aluminum factor.
Here's Rinker up the gut to the left. A little bit outside. Takes a couple of Barons with him. That time it was Ty Meyer leading the tackling charge for the Barons. Rinker, a pretty sizable run. Gain about 7. Brings up 3rd and 3 from the Lions' own 17. Just inside 2:40 left here in the third quarter.
Yeah, the Lions have gone into really wholesale substitution mode. Rinker, a senior, getting some carries in.
Yeah, you never know when you might need them. And he and Lambright talk about a couple of beefy guys at the fullback position. And here's Rinker again. Makes a guy miss, makes another one miss. He's got some room, and he's taking about 2 more Barons with him. So that time, Rinker just highlighted his name, and there he goes for a gain of 20. Out to about the 40-yard line. We'll call it 23 on the play. So bringing Leo above and beyond the penalized range that they suffered on the kickoff there after the Barons score. The personal foul brought him back to the 10, so this drive is now 30 yards in the making, and the clock is ticking away at 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
So we'll see how the Lions operate from their own 39.
All right, so to set the action for you
we
here.
Got a nice I formation here behind Minnick. The give to 23, so I'll check out 23 as the Leo offense. Dominic Blake.
Dominic Blake. Friends of the Voice Network. His parents, that is.
All good. Did you share? Did you guys share on the air last week the Canada story?
I did not.
Well, this would be a good time to
let you highlight it. I would gladly. Well, he talked to you, right?
Well, last week was senior night, and we were in the press box, and we were getting ready to recognize the Lions seniors, and we found out.
And you all know that KJ does the PA announcing, so he had a long list of people to go through. And after this play,
we'll talk about how the Voice Network broadcast can be picked up in Canada.
Here's Blake again to the outside. A nice hard run on the outside there.
Yeah, Dominic Blake once again.
Pitch. And I got a text response back from Paul Newberg. No update. So
no update.
Apparently it's at 7-0 still.
Anyways, last Friday, Leo senior John Heath, his family shared that
3rd and 7.
They spend time in Canada, a hunting camp, and also fishing. But his dad picked up several of the Voice Network broadcasts from a hunting camp in Ontario. Minnick
it's
has
a fake handoff.
Left.
A nice stiff arm. Gain of about 2 yards there from Minnick.
But well defended. Somebody stayed home over there. I think it was number 1.
Indeed, yeah.
Minnick was not able to fool him.
Right, that's Trevor Boyce. Did a good job of staying at home. He didn't bite on the naked boot.
But the comment was that the family of Leo players, Senior John Heath, could pick up the Voice Network broadcast in Canada. And I know last year Steve and I did a broadcast, and one of the parents shared that they watched a game from Brazil.
That's true. Yeah, one of the Lion fathers was on business in Brazil, and he found himself at some.
He went to a
sports
sports bar
pub
where he could get where he could get Wi-Fi.
And I think it was 9 a.m. or something, some crazy hour of.
But
the
it's
day.
nice to know because we offer these broadcasts, Voice Network. We are affiliated Allen County Voice with Wells County Voice, et cetera, and we offer these broadcasts for the family members. It's always better to come to the game, but the person we have in mind as our target audience is somebody that can't get to the game, a player's grandparent or someone who's out of town.
Right. Or for those games that are just too cold or too far away for even the local fans to make it to. So,
or it's a busy Friday night, and maybe you couldn't find Old State Road 427 in Waterloo to find Cecil Young Field, and if you could join in the broadcast. We'll be here during basketball season as well.
Yeah, we're calling some basketball games, but nonetheless, we do thank you for tuning in if you are listening to this or watching it on replay via YouTube. So BVG, a nice high spiraling bomb of a punt. A weak little bounce. It checked up like a Phil Mickelson sand wedge at about the 7-yard line. A very big punt that time. That was a very nice one. Nice high spiral. And the Barons will take over at the 7-yard line. So 42-6 is the score. It's now into the fourth quarter. That was the first play of the fourth quarter, as I'll update the Subway and University of St. Francis scoreboard. Tell us about them. Tell us about them, KJ.
This is a good opportunity to remind you that Marco's is located at 15007 State Road 1 in Leo. Phone number 260-627-2227. There we go. Just camera.
And about a 7-yard gain there for Minch. Left side, 2nd and 3.
And if we get another commercial break, we will take a detailed look at the specialty pizzas offered at Marco's.
Oh.
Because you may have your go-to pizza, but have you thought about their specialty pizza?
Well, the go-to is whatever's in the Leo press box when I get there to call the game before the game. I usually do dust off about 2 to 3 of those pieces of pizza. So here's Padilla with a little cavalcade in front of him, and he's got a
still going.
Yeah, had a lot of help that time, and again, another solid run there by Padilla. 11 minutes and 5 seconds. The clock is going to stop on the chain moving with the first down. Barons have the ball at their own 34-yard line.
Trying to score on 2 consecutive drives. They put the 6 up on the scoreboard last time.
Yeah, a huge pass there to a huge receiver. And he underthrows at that time, and he is picked off going to the outside, trying to get past Padilla, and he is brought down, and that was number 43, Troy Keller, the 5'8", 150-pound sophomore. A nice play of spying underneath and able to get the pick for the Lions. Then there I am. Here, let me block the glare here from my fat head.
Beautiful. So Keller's interception sets the Lions up in an and goal situation. So we want to be able to give you a nice shot of that. 1st and goal, Lions.
Castillon in the backfield.
Right, Minnick under center.
Minnick with the snap.
Gives it to the tailback.
Handed off that time. I couldn't tell who that was exactly.
That was 23 again.
Oh, that was Dominic Blake. Back in the action for the Lions.
Steve holding up the draped jacket.
There.
The alternative is his silhouette.
The alternative is my fat head and glare. Trust me, folks, you don't want either of those.
No, we want a good look at Minnick and Blake and company.
From the 11, 14 seconds on the play clock.
Blake the soul back.
Dominic Blake, that is. They get the pitch to the outside. He's got a man to beat, and he is brought down from behind. A great job of tracking him down. That was number 60, Ty Meyer, for the DeKalb defense.
Little or no gain for Blake.
Yeah, he lost a yard or so.
So the Lions, who had first and goal, 2 Blake runs later, it's
third and
goal. That's right.
So Coach Jared Souter working in the sophomores. Maybe he's thinking ahead for next year. You know, Hensinger is a senior, going to be gone next year. So it looks like Bonner and Blake and this guy right here, Dominic Blake, gain of about a yard. Looks like those three are going to be the contenders for the Lions' backfield at the tailback position, KJ.
Jack Kirsten as well.
Jack Kirsten, the other side. So a lot of talent in the backfield. All of them trying to do the 2-year starter role, going from sophomore and on the bench or what have you, and starting as a junior and senior.
And that really is a good measuring stick to show where the Leo football program is.
Right.
Many quality players.
So BVG, at that time it was blocked.
The field goal attempt
is no good.
As we were having a conversation about roster depth, Ben Van Gunten came in and attempted, right about a 23-yarder, but it was blocked.
Yeah, it would have been closer to 30 from where the spot was. But anyhow, a good job that time it looked like Stephen Lalonde and a couple of his buddies got in there and made the block on the BVG kick. So the Barons are going to take over right at about the 20 from the spot of the kick. Here on senior night, KJ, this is your third consecutive senior night. You mentioned earlier.
One at Huntington North. Of course, our own at Lions Field last Friday night. And now DeKalb. So. It's always a noteworthy event because when you think about what the players and their families contribute to the program and you recognize them as seniors.
Yep. It's a special time, definitely. So,
and what DeKalb did a little differently is they recognized the fall athletes and the band, all of them prior to the game. So they had many introductions to make. They did a great job with it. The players and their parents and adult escorts all recognized prior to kickoff tonight.
So we got 8 minutes and counting. Here's Padilla up the middle, and he is brought down by a few Lions. That time looked like Jared Loudon, 5'11", 200-pound junior, was the first one to make the stop for the Lions. Okay, and just a word from Coach Paul Newberg, Leo Lions golf coach extraordinaire. We have an update. East Noble takes the lead from Belmont 14-7 near the end of the third quarter as we see Padilla up the middle and delivering some punishment that time. A good run up the gut again by Padilla. Brought down by Troy Keller, and I tell you what, you got to hang your hat on Padilla with this game if you're the Barons. That's something to build on, moving into the sectionals. Definitely. So,
the workhorse,
indeed,
of the DeKalb Baron offense. Derek Padilla, been featured tonight, number 34. As Steve said, a sophomore.
Here he is again. Gain of about 9 on the play, so back-to-back big runs for Padilla. He's got to be flirting with 70, 80 yards or more,
right?
Just on the amount of runs that he's had. We saw him a few drives into the second quarter really do the majority of the the carries and getting the majority of the yards for the Barons.
He's really been able to chew up some yardage for DeKalb.
Indeed.
DeKalb with a new quarterback in, I believe. Number 14.
Yep, he looks to the outside, nobody home. Had the swing pass open, but he elected to not pass it, cut it up the field, and got the first down. That's Logan Cruz, 6'3", 170-pound sophomore quarterback. So a pretty nimble play there by Cruz for the big, tall, lanky guy.
So the Lions and the Barons both working a lot of their 10th graders into the lineup at this point. This is Cruz time,
and this is still Padilla time. Padilla,
he gets across midfield.
Yeah, brought down by A.J. Restivo, the freshman who was linebacker and also quarterback. A lot of people looking at him to possibly be the starting quarterback next year as a sophomore.
His name's in the conversation, isn't it?
Right after Craig Kloffenstein, who's now injured, and Ryan Gauze are going to both move on to college efforts. If not on the football field, at least in the classroom. Outside to Padilla, and brought down pretty hard that time. A nice job of making the tackle. On the outside, that was Reese Decker. So a good play of stringing it outside. Actually, I think that might be Minnick. I can't tell if it's 16 or 18. Either way, it's a good play by the line defender.
3rd and 4 for the Barons.
Yeah, 3rd 4 from the 44-yard line. 5 minutes to go here in the game. 42-6 is the score.
Fourth quarter is really moving along.
Yeah. And there's Minch.
Well, he's got first down yardage.
Up the gut. And East Noble, here's another update. East Noble with an 80-yard touchdown pass at the end of the 3rd to take a 21-7 lead. If you're a Leo Lion fan, you got to love the sound of that. So they're starting the 4th quarter there over in Kendallville. Up 21-7 is East Noble. Here's Minch again, brought down in close to the backfield by Dominic Blake. But after a gain of 5. So down to the 34-yard line. .4:11 left to go.
A reserve quarterback playing, but the starting backfield still in. Minch and Padilla.
And that is Mr. Hunter Minch. So Leo's still getting a healthy dose of both of the starting backfield runners for the Barons. We mentioned we have the sophomore Mr. Cruz. That's Logan Cruz in the backfield at quarterback, number 14 for the DeKalb Barons. So we're down to 3:40 left here in the game, folks. Shotgun formation. Here's Padilla, moves up towards the front of the line. It's a quick handoff to Minch. Leo getting blown off the ball that time. Minch still on his feet, and he's in for the touchdown.
A 21-yard Minch run.
So Hunter Minch from 21 yards out adds some more points for the DeKalb Barons. And want to take a quick moment to thank somebody. Who should we thank? Let's thank Woodcrest Villas and Garden Apartments. Enjoy your retirement at Woodcrest Villas and Garden Apartments, 1300 Mercer Avenue in Decatur. Adams Woodcrest, members, Adams Health Network. Exceptional
Barons
care.
are going to go for 2. You can
Close to
keep
you.
thanking Woodcrest, and we'll just keep it right here as we watch this 2-point PAT.
There's Minch again, and he is brought down short of the touchdown, or the touchdown line, the goal line, rather, for the 2-point conversion, nonetheless.
PAT did fail as the Barons went for 2.
Right, so
We've
that'll
got
leave
42 Lions, 12 for the Barons.
That'll leave the Subway and University of St. Francis scoreboard at 42-12. So just about ready to wind the clock down, I'm presuming, KJ, if you're Coach Souter and the Lions. We still see some of the Barron faithful here.
They are. They're sticking with it. This has been a big, I think it was described as a near-capacity crowd here tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
Tonight.
The stands were definitely full from our vantage point.
And still, most people sticking around, especially the family members of the kids that are playing.
Indeed. So 326. It's going to be number 65 again, and that was, who was that? I had that. Lane Castleman, that's right. Mr. Castleman's going to kick it deep, potentially, for the Barons. And we have Jack Kirsten deep for the Lions. So
all right, well, let's focus
maybe they onside just to practice that or try to get it back, or maybe they squib it, maybe they kick it deep. We'll have to wait another 5 seconds. Here's Castleman. It is a short little pooch. And that's Taylor Garton. Little head of steam. Gain about 4 yards. Leo's going to take over with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Ahead 42-12. Again, Steve Roberts alongside Kevin Yale from Waterloo, Indiana at Cecil Young Field, here where the DeKalb Barons are taking on the Leo Lions.
And when things wrap up tonight, we'll have some scoring summaries, some little closing comments, YMCA MVP, and a look at next week. Kind of a sectional preview.
Possibly a sectional preview. We could do that. Let's do that.
We can do a little sectional preview.
That sounds good. So Max Minnick under center for the Lions. Looks like Blake on the pitch to the right. Gets a block on the outside. Cuts it up. Blake to the sidelines. He is brought down on the outside. A gain of about 22. Maybe 19. Nonetheless, a heck of a run that time by Dominic Blake. So
yeah, they're going to mark the ball at the DeKalb Baron 37.
Right. We talked about the plethora of running backs that the Lions have to choose from in the sophomore class, who are likely going to move into the starting positions next year, as Hensinger and Lambright. I believe they're gonna move on to other endeavors. And Rinker, so it's always exciting to have the sophomores come into the junior year and get a couple years at tailback. Here's Kirsten to the outside. Kirsten, looks like they're going to pick up a holding call, but Kirsten's going to take it to the end zone for a touchdown. So a heck of a run nonetheless for Jack Kirsten. We're going to tentatively put up the 6 points.
Unless
we're going to bring that back.
The officials.
He definitely had the edge. That's going to be a hold, and it is against Leo. So we'll go ahead and take those points back. On the scoreboard that you see, highlighted by Subway.
The 37-yard touchdown run is nullified.
Right, so
sadly.
That'll put it at the 47-yard line. If my math serves. The 10-yard holding penalty.
2 minutes and 38 seconds remain in the contest. The Lions up 42-12.
So a well-executed run. I didn't see who had the hold there, but a well-executed run nonetheless. And usually when you have a holding, that's why the guy was that open. So here's Dominic Blake up the middle. The right side, he's going to get a little bit of that back. So from 2nd and 20, it's going to be a gain of about 5. Make it 1st and 20. Make it 2nd and 15, rather. 2 minutes and 19 seconds left.
And the Lions will just keep it on the ground here. Grind away. Watch that clock go under the 2-minute mark.
10 seconds left on the play clock. They're chewing it down.
So Minnick with the I formation behind him.
Runs off tackle
Blake.
right.
Blake bounces out.
Yeah, kicks it outside. He's got a blocker. Very nice run. So they take a 1st and 20, and 2 plays later, they got a 1st and 10. So a gain of 5 by Blake, and a gain of more than 15 on that one.
I was trying to identify the fullback that was lined up in front of Blake that time.
I see.
It was one of the sophomores was trying to get the names. It's 34. No.
Yeah, we got Berkeley Yoder, number 34 in there.
There we go.
And now Jack Kirsten. So that's enough for the first down, and that will do it as the Lions line up in victory formation. They have 17 seconds on the play clock. That'll take the game clock down to about 1:20, roughly in the 20 range. So 1:30 as we speak. 7 seconds to go. They snap it. And they're going to clock it down for the victory. So they got 1:19 left and counting. Lions going to kneel it down 2 more times. So a hefty game on the run for the Lions. I mean, it's
came out fast.
Indeed.
We said 3 touchdowns in the first 5 minutes.
By Hensinger.
All by Hensinger.
So the score was Hensinger 21, the Barons 0 at that point.
That's the way it played out, yeah.
Indeed. So
and the rest of the game, the Lions put up another 21, but we're under a minute here.
45 seconds and counting. The play clock is yet to start.
2 late touchdowns by DeKalb. A pass to Chrisman from Price, and a nice run by Minch.
Yeah.
About a 20-some yard.
And you got to give DeKalb credit. They hung in there, and they wound up getting a touchdown on the ground after they had a touchdown through the air to Chrisman, the 6'7", 200-pound defensive back and wide receiver.
His name will probably get called this winter.
Indeed.
During the other sport, right?
Indeed. I wouldn't doubt it at all. So 13 seconds left and counting. That is going to do it as the teams come out into the middle of the field to do the old good game. We'll be back after a moment of brief silence, hopefully brief silence. We'll cue up some commercials for you here, and we'll come back with the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA of Greater Fort Wayne Player of the Game post-game show.
Quick summary and a sectional preview.
Yeah, a sectional preview. Back after this.
Are you taking the first step towards a healthier you, or are you just tired of the same workout? From beginners to fitness veterans, the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you. We offer a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and so much more. Have peace of mind when you work out with childcare available. The Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is so much more. Join today. Visit fwymca.org.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can happen and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best.
Visit online at GrableInsurance.com or stop in the office on Pony Express Run inside the Mercantile Office Park directly across from Higher Grounds Coffee House and see Ray Gage or Arnie Myers. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of East Allen County High School athletics.
You know that Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo offers delicious pizza. But did you also know they have wings, subs, bread, and many other items that are also delicious? And did you know you could order online at marcospizza.com? And did you know they have catering to help out with that party, meeting, or any event? And did you know they have carry-out and delivery? Well, now you know. Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo has pizza and so much more. You can get carry-out, delivery, catering, and order online, or call them at 627-2227. That's 627-2227. Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo. Hi, this is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com.
It took Subway restaurants to do flatbread sandwich great, fresh roasted until its flavor reaches the towering peaks of Mount Delicious. You may have had other flatbread, but once you sink your teeth into this appetite-busting mountain of flavor, you'll know this is the real deal. Get any of your Subway favorites on our full-flavor flatbreads and let your taste buds sink into the delicious depth of goodness. Subway of Bluffton, eat fresh with 2 locations to serve you in North Main and inside Walmart.
TW Fable, a modern American restaurant, is located inside the clubhouse at Timber Ridge Golf Course at 2330 East, 250 North in Bluffton. You can enjoy a fine dining experience Tuesday through Thursday, 5 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 5 to 10. Kitchen closes 1/2 hour prior to lounge. If you are looking for a great spot to have lunch, visit 250 Grill to enjoy some sandwiches, wraps, salads, and appetizers. TW Fable Restaurant, 2330 East, 250 North at Timber Ridge Golf Course. Reservations recommended by calling 260-353-1360. This is your moment. Explore the University of St. Francis. Known for our quality academic options and dedicated professors who practice in their fields, you will discover the perfect program to fit your interests and goals. Hands-on experience with internships, clinicals, and co-ops makes a USF education a great value and investment into your future. Apply now at sf.edu. We are seeking applicants for $15 million in scholarships this year. This is your moment. Believe.
We are back at Waterloo, Indiana, where the Lions have defeated the DeKalb Barons by a score of 42-12. Kevin Yale, along with Steve Roberts, it was our pleasure to bring you this game this evening. At this time, we'd like to give the Greater Fort Wayne Area YMCA Player of the Game Award. And I know that we also can look at the sectional preview. We really didn't want to talk too much about the sectional. During the regular game, it's almost as if you jinx yourself if you look too far ahead. But the Lions tonight, as we said earlier, came out in the first 5 minutes with 3 big touchdowns, all by Tyler Hensinger. And as I like to say, you know, you can hang your hat on Hensinger. Or add another H and go, hey, hand it to Hensinger. I mean, however you want to play it.
Yeah, the Triple H. Not to be confused with the WWE.
So my nominee for the Greater Fort Wayne Area YMCA Player of the Game, young man, would be Tyler.
Tyler Hensinger all day.
The senior from Leo on the DeKalb senior night with those 3 scores.
Yeah, he did the majority of the work and did it well. So.
I also wanted to compliment Ryan Gauze for his quarterback play, his 49 or 50-yard touchdown pass tonight. And,
indeed, Bo Carpenter caught a good ball from.
And the Lion defense was stellar. As subs came in late in the game, the Barons put up 12, but once again, the Lion defense very stellar. So that's our Greater YMCA Player of the Game award.
And the momentum starts on the running. You know, you use the run to set up the pass, and although the Lions didn't pass a whole lot when they did, it was successful, and that was largely due in part to a healthy dose of Hensinger. So I want to take a quick moment also to thank YMCA of Greater Fort Wayne for sponsoring the YMCA of Greater Fort Wayne Player of the Game, Mr. Tyler Hensinger. So with a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and childcare, so it's good for you. The Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you, KJ. Visit fwymca.org. That's fwymca.org.
A sponsor of the Voice Network, YMCA.
Right, so you made you made a point to me, and I hadn't seen this yet. I knew what sectional we were in.
Sectional 20.
Sectional number 20, Class 4A. The draws came out recently, and you look at the top section and the bottom section, there's 8 teams total. The 8 teams are Marion at 0-8, Fort Wayne Southside at 1-7, Logansport at 1-7, and Leo at 7-1. That's the top half of the bracket. Also, you have Fort Wayne Bishop Dwenger at 7-1. Fort Wayne High School at 0-8. New Haven Bulldogs at 5-3, and Mississinawa, not sure of their mascot, at 5-3. That's the bottom half. So, if you look, and you pointed out to me, if you look at the top half of the bracket,
there are how many total victories?
There's a combined 9 wins. 7 of those held by Leo Lions.
Coming into tonight's action.
So that could very well change. They all could have picked up a win. Obviously, Leo did.
But that tells you what an outstandingly fortunate draw the Lions have. The Lions in round 1 drew the Logansport Berries, and the Berries will be at Lion Field next Friday night.
Is
now, you're
that
looking at me as is that their real nickname? I'm telling you.
Okay.
I'd bet you Christmas that's their real nickname, the Logansport Berries. And then
I'll go with it.
The other first-round matchup, the Marion Giants playing the Fort Wayne
Giants,
Southside Archers.
I know the Archers, right.
And should the Lions advance beyond the Berries, they would take on the Marion Southside winner.
Right.
Then someone will come out of that bottom bracket. Bishop Dwenger's got to be heavily favored, but
right.
We'll see.
You look at Dwenger and Wayne. As it coming into tonight, 7-1 versus 0-8, and then a 5-3, 5-3 match. So New Haven, Mississinawa, that could, that'll be a good game.
I could see a New Haven.
You like to think that's a good game
matchup in week 2,
right?
The winner moves on, and I could also see the Leo Lions. I mean, and then of course we're projecting forward, and sometimes projectors fail, but we're projecting forward that the Lions will clear the Logansport Berry hurdle and perhaps the second hurdle, which is the winner of the Southside Marion game.
Yep.
Now, round 2, whether Leo has a home game or not, I can never figure that stuff out based on how the bracket falls. But for sure, next Friday night at Lions Field, the 8-1 Leo Lions will be taking on Logansport, and we look for that will be carried on the Voice Network as we go into Sectional 20. Now, as for tonight's opponent, the DeKalb Barons, they're in Sectional 19, and those teams' names are going to sound familiar, Steve, because that was our old home, right?
Yeah,
Sectional
indeed.
19 that has East Noble, Plymouth, Northridge, DeKalb, Columbia City, Northwood, Wawasee, and Angola. The Barons will be taking on the Angola Hornets, a team they beat earlier this year.
In round 1 of the sectionals.
So although DeKalb is disappointed tonight, they came in at 4-4. They wanted to finish, especially those seniors, with a winning record. They finished their regular season 4-5, but they're happy about their first-round matchup in the sectional.
Indeed, and they've made improvements year over year over the past couple of years. So Kempf has these guys focused and things going in the right direction. You look at the young running backs with Padilla and Minch and as well as Hunter Price doing what he did this year as a senior. But you look at the guys coming up, and they have a decent future ahead of them, so stuff to build on. So anyhow, we will be back again next week, AllenCountyVoice.com from the jungle at Leo, and bringing you the action of the Leo Lions against the Logansport Berries.
Excellent, Steve. We look forward to that.
All right. So for Kevin Yale, this is Steve Roberts. Thanks for joining us, folks. Good night.